It's Monday. It's donut day. Oh, I don't know if you're having the kind of Monday I'm having, but I believe we're going to call it technical difficulty Monday. So I've decided when you're having a crummy day, what's the miracle solution? Donuts. Duh. Donuts makes everything better. Or you're having a rough day? Donuts. Technical difficulties? Donuts. It's cold and yucky outside? Donuts. So, if you guys are curious what my technical difficulty of the day was, we met an amazing new doctor, Dr. Joel Rosen, and we did a really awesome live that Instagram kept kicking us off and split into 4 pieces. So now I'm trying to figure out how to piece all those pieces together, and they're too big to send anywhere. So one at a time, I'm sending them to Dropbox and saving them and deleting them so that I like Humpty Dumpty, we're going to piece it back together. But in the meantime, what's going to make me feel better? Donuts! So, if you guys saw the other day, we used our tropical Kuma shake and we made cake. So we're going to do the same idea and we're going to make some mini donuts. We're going to use my mini cake pop maker to make donuts. So we're going to do a basic mug cake or muffin recipe, and we're going to swap out our cream and our fat with our Kuma shake. So let's start with our dry ingredients first. Let's do 1 tablespoon of coconut flour, because Dory only brought 1 spoon and we don't want to make a big mess. Then we're going to use, speaking of don't make a mess, do you see that mess? It's Monday all day. Wow, Dory. Wow, that was like, I am so smooth right now. And look, it's a good thing I wiped my counter before we did this, because now all my flour is on the counter. But what? We didn't make that mess. Nobody even saw that. I don't know what you're talking about. Never. Totally never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. Crazy talk now. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of coconut meal. And this time, we're not going to drop it. This time. 2 tablespoons. Now, we did add a little bit of psyllium husk to this last time. You can omit it, but it will make your donut slightly fluffier. So I'm going to add a teaspoon of psyllium husk in there. And you can add from a teaspoon to a tablespoon depending on how fluffy you want them to be. Then we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of Kuma shake. And again, this is replacing the fat and the cream that we normally put in our mug cake recipe. And it's going to give us our flavor as well and some of our color. So I'm all loving on that. And then our egg. And then our sweetener of choice to taste. And that's our last step. I'm going to use my Allulouse sweetener, and I use about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half, and this is to your taste. The sweeter you want your donuts, the more sweetener you want to add. I don't like overly sweet stuff, so we don't want it to be too sweet. If you're making it for kids or somebody who's new to keto, you're going to want to add a little bit more sweetener than I normally would, just to factor out taste bud differences. The more you spend time not having sugar, the less your body will crave that excessive sweetness. So it's something that's a sliding scale on sweetener. I used to use a tablespoon of sweetener, and now I use a teaspoon. So it's all just going to factor down to what you like. So let's make a few fun colors. We're going to leave some yellow, and we're going to do up a couple other fun colors. We're going to make them a unicorn donut because Dory and unicorns and donuts. Dory and unicorn and donuts and sparkles and fun and music. All of my things. So let's do a little bit of a lime green. So we're going to add some lime green color to this one. And let me grab just a couple more spoons to mix colors. And then we get to have fun and layer them in our little cake pop pan. If you do not have a cake pop maker, you can do this in a mini muffin tin as well and then bake them in the oven, or you can do it up in a silicone baking tin and do them in the microwave. So we have a lot of different options. So we got a really pretty limey green. And I'm going to add just a titch of blue to that because I want this one to be like really, really green. And you can make any colors you want for this. Any colors you want. You could do these for a football game and you could do your team colors. This is such a fun, easy recipe. And this, I think, has got to be the most fun for kids, this part. Doing the coloring part. And that's where we get to be really, really creative. Now, if your kids cannot have this kind of food coloring, shoot me a message and we will talk about options for organic food coloring. Things that you can use like purple cabbage and spinach and different things that you can use to color your foods that aren't a chemical food coloring. So we've got green, we've got yellow, we've got purple, and let's do a tealy color. And I think that's going to be a nice combination. And we're out a little spoon, so one more big spoon. And we get to use our mister that Joette sent to me, and I absolutely love it to death. You're able to put your own olive or avocado oil in it and then use that instead of the chemical ones, which I absolutely love. And you just pump it until it creates a resistance, and then it gives you a really nice fine mist. So we're just going to spray out our cake pop maker, and I'm going to plug that back in and get it nice and hot. And we're just going to layer our colors all together. So I'm going to start with a little bit of green in the bottom of each one. And this will make 7 cake pops, which works out to 1 serving of mug cake. So you can feasibly eat all of these little donuts and still be under your 1 serving of a mug cake. So this is my favorite thing about this, is you can really play it up with this recipe and do a lot of different things. So we've got our green in there first. Let's put in some purple next. And this works out to about, I'm going to say about a half of a teaspoon of each color batter per donut. You could make them each separate colors as well and make them a rainbow collection of donuts that way, instead of making each donut itself a little rainbow. But again, we love the colors around here. As much color as we can get, we like it. And if we don't like it, we probably don't belong on Dory's channel. I'm just saying. So let's get our yellow into each little cup. And then we got our blue for the top. And then that's it. You just close it up and you let these bake up. We're going to chill them. I'm going to make some fun icing for them. And we are going to have a unicorn day. Why not? It's a unicorn day today. My very first creation was on a gloomy day like today, and it was a unicorn coffee. So I think gloom and doom means unicorns. Make life fun with the unicorns. Okay, so our last little bit of green going on top. These are going to be a really neat color combination too. Every time I make them, they look slightly different. Every time I make them, because you get a variation of color each time. You get a different swirl in there each time you make them. And you could get really artsy too. Once you get your batter in there, you could swirl it around with a toothpick and make some really cool designs in there as well. So this is what they look like. We're gonna close that up and let them cook up for a few minutes while I clear away some of our mess. So I'm curious how your guys' Monday is going. Are you having a technically difficult Monday like Dory? Or is your life just easier than mine? I don't know. I think I don't know. Let's have some Kuma shake. What do you even say? You say, yummy. And we make the best of everything that we can, right? We have our fun, we deal with our technical difficulties, and we just move on from there. So it was a really, really good live though. When I can piece it all back together, I think you guys are really, really gonna love Dr. Joel. And apparently, even for the people who are watching on Instagram, they never got to see Dr. Joel, which is weird because I literally recorded it from the Instagram and I can see it. But it's going to take me probably most of the day to piece it all back together. So you gotta just bear with me. Bear with me. Ooh, I see our favorite Sherlock Holmes page is watching. I'm so excited. So I creep their page all of the time because I love spooky things and Sherlock Holmes. Just saying. So Sherlock Holmes 71, go check them out. They have a super fun page, and I haven't got any official permission from them yet, but I've decided I'm going to make them a signature dish for St. Patrick's Day. So stay tuned. We're going to do something Sherlock Holmesy for St. Patrick's Day because why not? Why not? You to hear Ketoing says, I spent the day getting to car shop. Woo-hoo-hoo! Getting a car rental, car accident on Saturday. Oh, that is boo. But yes, thankfully nobody is injured, and vehicles are replaceable things, right? We are more concerned about health, safety, well-being, all of those good things. So let's give our donuts a flip. Now with these ones, the wheat donuts will puff all the way up and cook top and bottom. These ones, they don't puff up quite so high, so I just give them a little flip inside of my cake pop maker to crisp out the second side. So we just give them a little flip and let them toast again. These ones are going to be so pretty when we cut them, I think. Flip, flip, gentle, Dory. Don't want to break it. Why not break it? Although, can you really ruin a donut? Let's be honest. Donuts are amazing all of the time, and I don't know why I don't eat donuts every day. That's a good question. Why don't you eat donuts every day, Dory? Oh, probably because I can't even say it's too much work. Look at how easy it is. I guess the bottom line is, if it's not a donut day, it's just because I don't feel like it. Not because I can't have it. Not because it's not easy. Not because we can't have donuts every day if we want. So, ooh, I have to tell you guys, I'm super excited. Have you heard of those super cool berries that start sour and turn sweet? Oh, we have a sample of those coming to check out, and they're going to give us a discount code. So if we really love them, we can order them and get 10% off, because we need another place to be a unicorn and save money. And also, that means another super fun be a unicorn, save money meme. And you could never have too many of those, right? We all want to save the monies. We all want to be the unicorn. There we go. So I'm going to pop these out onto my plate so you guys can see what they look like. I'm gonna let them cool a little bit, and actually let me wipe that plate first, because that's the one I didn't spill the coconut flour on. By the way, totally didn't do that. What you're talking about never happened. Haha. There's not coconut flour on that one from not dropping it. Again, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, let's get these all popped out. Oh, and look at that. One for the dog. The dog is going to love us today. She'll be like, yay, I get to have a donut too. It is definitely that day in the world of Dory, I tell you what. Excellent. So, I'm going to show you guys what these look like. We're going to let them sit in the fridge to cool. I'm going to decorate them all up pretty. And then I'm going to take some super fun pictures for you guys. So, let's get our music back. And I will see you guys in a little while with some pretty decorated donuts. Just saying. Because it's donut day. So tip you guys a little bit so you can see a little better. Yummy donuts. I'll see you guys soon. We're going to pretty them up. And then I'm going to eat donuts. See you soon, guys.